Hello and welcome. If you're new here, I'm Jen, and I live full-time on board my widebeam canal boat with my two children. On this channel, I share the realities of slow living, off-grid life and boat life, the beautiful bits and the challenging ones. Today, I want to talk about something that every boater has to figure out. How on earth do we actually get water on board? So how do boaters get water? There's actually a few ways. If you're what's called a continuous cruiser, meaning you don't have a permanent mooring, you'll usually fill up your water tanks at CRT water points along the canals. CRT stands for the Canal and River Trust. Boaters like me pay a monthly license to the CRT, which covers things like water, rubbish bins, towpath access, and of course the locks and canal maintenance. When I was cruising, water was honestly one of the biggest stresses. You have to make your tank last, and if you run out, you've got to get creative. There were a few times where I ended up wheelbarrowing 25-litre containers from the nearest water point back to the boat just to top up the tank because we'd used too much. To make the water stretch, I had all sorts of strategies. I would shower at families' or friends' houses, or at the gym if I was heading there anyway. Laundry was another big one. Sometimes I'd use the laundrette, other times I'd just bring a basket to a friend or a family member's house and do a load there. It wasn't always ideal, but that's just part of off-grid life. You adapt and you get resourceful. Another alternative that some boaters use is a filtration system that actually filters the canal or river water directly into the tank. There's something called a water freedom system which does exactly that. It takes the raw river or canal water, filters it thoroughly, and then feeds it into the tank. That way you completely avoid using mains water, which not only reduces your carbon footprint, but also saves you the effort of stopping at or queuing at water points. It's a really clever way of being more self-sufficient, and it's definitely something I'm looking into for both eco and self-sustainability reasons. If I was still cruising full-time, this would be top of my wish list. These days though, I'm lucky. We now have a permanent mooring, which means I've got the absolute luxury of water on tap. We still try to be frugal. Old habits die hard. But I don't have to ration quite as much. Now I can shower on board whenever I want, and we even do our laundry on the boat. The way it works is simple. We place a hose into an inlet at the bow of the boat, and it fills the 870-litre tank. That tank is lined and insulated to prevent bacteria buildup, which makes me feel more comfortable using it for all our washing needs. The only thing we don't do is drink that water. When I first moved on board, I used to buy 5-litre bottles of drinking water, but that added up, not just in terms of cost, but also the ecological impact of constantly buying plastic bottles. I didn't really feel it aligned with the way I wanted to live, so I started looking for an alternative. That's when I discovered gravity-fed water filters. I managed to get one second-hand, and we've been using that for the past 18 months. It's been brilliant, but just recently, Phoenix Gravity Filters very kindly gifted us a brand new one, and it's even better. Let me share a few facts with you, because this blew my mind. Tap water, even though it's technically safe, often contains a mix of things: chlorine, heavy metals, pesticide residues, even microplastics. Many water suppliers also contain hormones and endocrine disruptors that can impact our bodies, especially our hormonal balance. That's why Phoenix filters feels so much like an important investment for me as a woman, and really for men too, because hormone disruption is something we're all affected by. The Phoenix Gravity filter removes bacteria, parasites, microplastics, chlorine, and heavy metals. Basically all the nasties that could build up over time. We also have their fluoride filters fitted, which takes it a step further by removing fluoride from the water. The difference is noticeable. It's cleaner, fresher, and it doesn't taste like swimming pool water anymore. Honestly, I can't drink tap water now. Once you've tried filtered, you won't go back. Phoenix have actually gifted all my viewers with 20% off their filters. I'll leave the link in the description below. So if you want to try one for yourself, you can get a really good deal. For me, it's not just about health benefits, it's also better for the environment, and it feels much more sustainable than buying plastic bottles. My next step is to research whether I can set up something like a water freedom system so that I can filter canal or rainwater directly into my tank and not just use mains water. That feels like the next level of sustainable living, and I'll share my journey with you when I get there. Thank you so much for watching. I read and respond to all your comments, so please let me know your thoughts on this. And if there are any other aspects of boat life, slow living, or off-grid living, thank you so much for watching. I read and respond to all your comments, so please let me know your thoughts on this. And if there are any other aspects of boat life, slow living, or off-grid living that you'd like me to make a video about, don't forget to like, subscribe, and use the link in the description if you'd like to check out the Phoenix Gravity filter with the discount. Until next time, goodbye.